Welcome back to our special one-year birthday episode of Main Street Living. Guys, when the pandemic first started, I didn't really know what we would all do, but it's amazing how the human race can adapt.
Yeah, we did not know what we were in store for. I think we've strangely become accustomed to our new normal here, living in a world with COVID. Hopefully we're on the way out of. But if you remember last spring, we were all trying to figure it out. Do we wear masks? Do we not? Do we all of a sudden we need hand sanitizer? And where is all of the toilet paper? Do you guys remember? I know Cheryl does.
Oh, yeah. I've got some exciting news. And I never thought in a million years that I would be so excited to get my hands on some fresh toilet paper. So I don't know about you guys, but here in Virginia, it has been extremely difficult.
Wow.
You got a lot.
I do. The shelves are bare. My friend was in upstate New York for business, and she texted me a picture of the shelves, and they were full of Charmin toilet paper. And she goes, do you still need some toilet paper? I said, yes, please.
Tell me how this started. You guys pivoted from selling alcohol to something else with alcohol in it.
Yeah, good point. So a lot of us craft distillers in San Diego and beyond, one of our absolute specialty is creating ethanol. So when the COVID crisis began building, a lot of us craft distillers had stock of just base ethanol, and we decided, the founder of Liberty Call, Bill Rogers, and I talked about, hey, we can make hand sanitizer. Well, right around that time, the FDA and the TTB got together and said, okay, we all know you guys want to make and have been making hand sanitizer. Here's the formula. So Liberty Call and Seven Caves got together. We had a little bit of neutral grain spirit, worked on it, made a batch of hand sanitizer, and it took off from there.
Wow. And then Mark, can you kind of talk about how all this distilleries came together to kind of make this a group effort to help with this public safety?
Yeah, I mean, just getting the word out there, letting everybody know through the guild and, what was going on, what they're able to do. The World Health Organization put out a recipe that we could follow and make sure that we were doing it legally, providing it to people around San Diego. And actually beyond that, we've shipped all over the country and just tried to fill the gap where, as things ran out, we just trying to fill the hole that people needed.
So can you talk about some of the places that you guys have been donating this hand sanitizer to?
Sure. We've donated to almost every food bank in San Diego. We've given it to virtually every hospital, hospice, any lab you can almost think of. We've both donated to every person that's walked to our door, both of our doors, and asked for a bottle. We've given it to them free of charge. We've also charged to some companies that can afford to pay for it, which has helped us offset, some of our expenses. Companies from, big companies such as Amazon, UPS, FedEx, the U.S. Postal Service, different hospital systems, really all over the West Coast, all over the place.
Are we distributing any kegs of hand sanitizer? Anyone asked for that yet?
We have sold a 55-gallon drum to a big shipyard.
So I think back to several months ago when the pandemic started, and we were advised not to wear masks unless you were sick because, quote unquote, they don't really help. However, obviously that's changed. Explain the thinking on that.
You bet. And so what we learned here in the United States, looking at other countries globally, we've learned a lot from the experiences in China as well as in Italy. And the one thing that the country of China did that seemed to make a difference was the mandatory use of masks that forced the curve of the continuous increase to begin to decline. And thus, we began adapting that. Unfortunately, we started the continuous use of masks a little later in the game, but certainly was a good thing that we did start it. Unfortunately, as you know, across the country, there were many cities that experienced a surge and a high number of deaths. We have learned lessons since we recognize the impact and significance of this pandemic over the last several months. And so at this point, we are recommending mask use to be continued.
Oh my gosh, guys, we've been through so much. That toilet paper, I think I will never run out of TP again because I won't let myself have a shortage anymore.
I know, I'm turn into a hoarder myself. And do you guys remember when we weren't wearing masks? I don't even remember that time anymore. I just remember I went out one day and I was like, oh, we have to wear these now.
Right. And
So
we got to
weird.
stay extra clean now. So it's a little bit extra. Well, we certainly know what happened to all the toilet paper in the world. I don't think it was just in Virginia, Cheryl.
Yeah.
But up next, we want to know what happened to school. So we'll find out after the break.